if you're 4'11" and you're a female, yes, you should want a man to provide for you. But you cannot act like Naomi Campbell of the 90s. You can't. Naomi Campbell was 5'11", one of the most beautiful women, if not the most beautiful woman ever born. You can't act like that. You can't be 4'11" and expect the Michelin star restaurant treatment. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. Not at 4'11". Now, can you expect a man to buy the groceries, provide in that manner? Sure. Sure. But when you are the height of a 4-year-old and you're 27, you can't act like, you can't make too much demands. When you have purple hair, like the female that was in that video, even though she didn't say anything, you can't have demands of a conservative woman. You just can't. If you have purple hair, I've dated many, well, not dated, but slept around with many women who've had colored hair. I treated them like the way that they are. You're a clown. What the hell you got purple hair for? Blue hair. You're a clown.
Big five, power five. Yep. So break down how you kind of came up with this metaphor, and then go even further as to what women are looking for and what these power five guys are really looking for in a woman.
Okay, the first thing was, it was listening to what women say they want in men. It's what women say they want in men, and it's understanding the type of women that they have to be, that those men are attracted to and actually want to commit to. That's the first thing. So the Power 5 concept is looks are important to women. Character is important to women. Character should be important to men as well. And that's one of the things that often get overlooked, because a lot of guys think if I have money, if I have status, if I have power, then I'm attractive to women. But you actually need character to be able to retain those women. You have to be a man of principle. You have to have some integrity, stand on some things that's important to you, have some discipline. The status is what it is. Women are attracted to status. If you want to attract women, you need some status, because back in the ancestral days, hunter-gatherer societies, the way a woman could get her status was through a man. Mm-hmm. That was how women created their status, and it also signified resources, which is what women are looking for in mates most of the time. A guy who has resources, that signifies that he's able to be a competent caretaker. He can provide for her and her kids. He can provide the optimal environment for that family to sustain, thrive, survive. And then
So what did you guys think about the video? Do you think that the women are delusional in one? Because I think that he was hitting on something. Is any woman on here who disagree with what he's saying? Mm-mm. So do you think that women are delusional for wanting these things out of a mate, or not settling for anything less than these things, those qualities?
I don't think they're delusional in wanting those things. I think that some women are delusional in that they are the person that man is looking for. I think when that man touched on women having character, I think there are far too many women that focus solely on their physical appearance and not enough on actual character, that they don't actually match up with the person that they're intending to partner up with.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think it's a fair request. I think maybe the amount of what you're requesting, like the baseline of it, is fair, but the amount of the request, it really depends on being able to attain, what do you call them, Power 5 guys. Yeah, I don't think that you go ahead, go at it, because I changed my shirt. I was cold, and I kind of missed the part of it.
Hold on. I think that it has more to do, again, a lot of these things have to do, in my opinion, with the age and stage you are in life. Because I really don't think at 20, if a 20-year-old woman is looking for someone who's within her, I'll say, age range, there just may be certain things in that Power 5 that particular man have not been able to tap into or access yet. But it doesn't mean that he would never develop those skills. So, yeah, I think it depends on the age and stage you are in life. And I think the problem now is that you may have younger women that are expecting men that's near their age to already have that power five. That's the delusional part.
Do you think
Well,
that go ahead? To anybody else? I won't, because I didn't want to jump it. If
you
anybody
know,
wanted to add,
I don't come on panels to be controversial, though it may appear like I'm trolling. I'm not. I do this because I'm a messenger from the universe. I would, I've self, I've called myself Martin Luther King, Malcolm X in the flesh again. I've called myself this before on my own channel. I've come back. If you're 4'11" and you're a female, yes, you should want a man to provide for you. But you cannot act like Naomi Campbell of the 90s. You can't. Naomi Campbell was 5'11", one of the most beautiful women, if not the most beautiful woman ever born. You can't act like that. You can't be 4'11" and expect the Michelin star restaurant treatment. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. Not at 4'11". Now, can you expect a man to buy the groceries, provide in that manner? Sure. But when you are the height of a 4-year-old and you're 27, you can't act like, you can't make too much demands. When you have purple hair, like the female that was in that video, even though she didn't say anything, you can't have demands of a conservative woman. You just can't. If you have purple hair, I've dated many, well, not dated, but slept around with many women who've had colored hair. I treated them like the way that they are. You're a clown. What the hell you got purple hair for? Blue hair. You're a clown. So you can't go to, hear me out. You can't go to the steak dinner. We can go get some steak from Applebee's, but we're not getting steak from Ruth Chris. I'm not taking you there. You can't demand it. So yes, a woman should be taken care of, but a woman also has to look a certain way, be a certain way. Her decorum has to be a certain way. Guys, I'm the Negro whisperer. I'm telling you, man, I've been sent by the universe as a prophet of sorts. I've been like this since I've been in high school. And I've told so many girls this before, and men, and even myself. Listen, I'm short. I look like a California raisin. I can't just exist. If I'm with a tall nigga, I got a lot of tall friends. I've noticed this about tall niggas. A lot of them aren't funny. A lot of them really don't have the, but
chaotic. Okay.
They can exist. I gotta be funny. I gotta do certain things for attention. And that's all I'm saying. Every human being is different. When you look like a supermodel, you could be a bad bitch up there sitting around and expect certain things. Oh shit, I'm pretty much not a model, but you can't look like Celie from The Color Purple and expect a nigga to have a 5-bedroom house to take care of you. No.
All right.
So you're saying average women should be focused on average things.
No, I'm saying average women should be focused on things that accommodate their hierarchy. So an average woman, instead of waiting around for, waiting around for the millionaire or, hey, the city worker, the magistrate, the defense attorney. You ain't about to get the managing director of a top 5 company and you 4'2". You're not. You're just not. Go ahead.
Okay. So
Inaz had her hand up first, so we're gonna go to Inaz and then we're gonna go to you, Marcus. Okay.
Go ahead, Inaz.
Yeah. Thanks, Shan. I always find it really interesting when I hear these conversations about respectability politics. To call yourself and this isn't a shot, it's just more so an observation. To call yourself the Negro whisperer as you're perpetuating white ideals is always interesting, because when we take a look at certain people like Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce that have access. Regardless, you were talking about Naomi Campbell, so I'm sticking in the realm of celebrities. You can boo me all you want. But when we talk about certain things around respectability politics, we also have to have an honest discussion about where that comes from, why that exists, and why women who fall outside of that realm are so heavily reprimanded for that. Um, I don't think that that makes a whole lot of sense, especially when there are just as many examples out there, not just in Black women, but women of other races, other colors, that are still able to access these men within that. Now, in terms of character, personality, great, we could talk about that. A woman can change her hair color. Women can change their body types. That's surface level stuff, and especially if you have the means to do it. But if we're going to be talking about height when it comes to women, there are plenty of women who are celebrities, who are politicians, who are lawyers, who are women who are respectable, who are about, between, you said 4'11" and 5'2", I think were the references that you made, that still have access to these men. There are women who look like the women that you referenced from The Color of Purple, who still have access to men who can give them not only 5-bedroom homes, but 15-bedroom homes. I'm not saying that like this is the norm or the expectation that everybody should have. What I am saying is to perpetuate it as if it's impossible, as if it doesn't exist, as if you are not a good person who has character, who understands how to navigate the realms in which those men exist in, that means that that's not going to exist for you. I think you've taken the conversation to such an extreme that it's comical at this point, to be honest.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Marcus was next. Marcus was next. Hey, I'm sorry. Marcus was next.
See, mistaken. The problem, Shan, the problem is when you're dealing with chaotic truth, he doesn't operate like the superior Negroes that he speaks of. So he wants to interrupt and jump in. And when we're trying to speak, he wants to tell us how he's Negro. Well, I'm Negro Damas as well, chaotic. I'm Negro Damas as well. Hold on. And the ancestors have told me, they said chaotic. I said, who is that? They said chaotic. The California raised and midget guy. I said, oh my God, ancestors, don't do that man that way. Come on, ancestors. Talk to me, ancestors. They said, he like black. I said, he like black women? Yeah, he love them. He be trolling? Trolling. Okay. So he do love us. Yeah. So then I said, okay, chaotic. I look down on him. And then I looked down on him. I said, chaotic, stand up, because I want to talk to you like a man eye to eye. So when he stood up, I didn't see him no more.
God, dog.
So then I looked around and I said, sit back down, chaotic, because I want to talk to you eye to eye.
Okay, y'all. Okay.
I got one question. And
so hold on, let me just finish this part. Yeah. So we sat down and said, chaotic, I know you don't understand this little fella, but I like short women too. In my big old size, these short women be sexy to me. Sometimes it make they little thing pop out a little further. So I just want to let you know, shout out to the short women that stick. Damn.
Yes, I don't agree with the
height thing. I know somebody that's 6'11" and married to a woman that
I have
4'11".
I have one question for Ina.
Okay, go ahead, chaotic.
There's one question, and I want everybody in the chat that's watching. And Marcus, you were absolutely funny, man.
I thought tall dudes ain't got jokes. I thought tall dudes ain't funny.
I got one question for Enos. Enos, are you at home right now? Oh, that's not the question, but are you at home right now?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a photo album in the house right now?
Somewhere.
Could you, and are you a woman of a certain age, meaning a woman over 30? You don't tell me your age, but are you over 30? You're old enough to know about the photo albums, especially in the Black homes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Could you Go find a photo album of when you were in high school, college, if you went to the military. Could you find a photo album? And in that photo album, can you find a photo of when you were with a man who was 400 pounds, 300 pounds, or under 5 feet tall?
Actually, my most recent ex was over 300 pounds.
Where's the photo?
I'm not putting him up on the internet.
All I'm saying is that women have standards and it's fine, but men, for some reason, when we have standards, it's always met with.
She just said her ex is 300 pounds.
I don't believe her.
What?
I don't believe her. I bet you she didn't date. I bet you never dated a midget.
I haven't, and I can be open about that. But here's the
Would
thing:
you date one?
hang on a second. So
Would you date a midget?
no, I wouldn't.